What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we've been full Scorbunny Evolution Team. We've got Scorbunny, Raboot, Cinderace, and Cinderace G-Max. So we got 4 Pokemon to use here. It's actually quite funny. As soon as I started, narrating this battle, right, it started raining. Maybe it's a sign. Anyway, if you want to check me out on Twitch, people, listen to all my theme teams, Pokemon sweeps, all that sort of stuff. Link in the description of the video. Today, I've got 2 battles with the Scorbunny Evolution team. Now, I'm trying to get all the G-Max Evolution line teams done before the new game. So that's sort of my next goal. We'll be finished with the Alphabet series this month, and I should be finished with all the Pseudo teams this month too. Okay, my first opponent here was Mr. Guzzlord, and he's going to be sending out a Guzzlord. So my first Pokemon was Scorbunny. Now, Scorbunny is going to be a counter, quick attack, blaze kick, and protect set. So what I'm going to do first is go protect, just see what the first Guzzlord is going to be, because this is a full team of Guzzlord. So Guzzlord's going to be going for payback, which is a physical move. That's really good. So what I could do is go for counter. Now, the only bad thing about Guzzlord when you're using the move counter, right, it does have a lot of health, and payback didn't even take it down to its sash, but as you can see, counter wouldn't have taken it out anyway. So all I can do here is go for a quick attack, or I can go for a blaze kick. Now, the ability I've got on Scorbunny is Blaze as well, so obviously when I'm on 1 health, Blaze Kick is going to be a lot more powerful, right? And if the opponent did have a Sturdy, a Focus Sash, I could simply go for a quick attack here and take them out, if they were faster, that is, or just finish them off really quickly. So go for Blaze Kick on the Guzzlord. I'm going to kick Guzzlord in the mouth, and unfortunately, it does not take it out because it's going to resist that. And now it's going to take me out with a Disrespect Heat Wave. That was very mean. So a mixed Guzzlord. There you go. So bye-bye, Scorbunny. I've only got 3 more Pokemon left now. So we're going to get a special attack rise from the Guzzlord. And the next Pokemon is going to be Raboot. Now, this is my a bulky Everlight set here with Snore. It's pretty interesting. So we got Rest, Sleep, Talk, Snore, and Flame Charge, right? Now, the thing of this set is I wanted to make it really bulky, right? So I had Flame Charge on there to do some damage and boost the speed of Raboot, right? And then I could go first using Snore. Now, the Guzzlord is going to be going for a Sludge Bomb there. Sludge Bomb does a lot of damage. I don't get poisoned. Not that it really matters. I could have gone to sleep. And it's going to be going down to the second Flame Charge in this matchup here. So I wanted to get as many speed boosts up as possible. Then I could simply go to sleep and use Snore and try and flinch the opponent, right? And, Flame Charge was just there for a little bit of extra coverage and some damage, right? Next is the Guzzlord called Sonic. So I think this might be a Choice Scarf set. I'm not really sure. I'm assuming it is, or it's got some sort of something to do that's speedy about it, right? I'm going to be going for a Flame Charge here, just in case it was, and I'm going to have another plus in speed there. Now, this EVs on this Raboot, let me tell you what they are. Obviously, I've got max health in here, and I've also got... I ran this one as a max health split defensive set, and I dropped its speed. The reason I dropped the speed is because I could get rid of, I could keep going for the Flame Charge and get those speed boosts up easy. Then I don't have to drop any of my other stats like attack and special attack. But this has Libero, as you can see, so I tried to run all the abilities I could on this team. Not that there's many to run, but I wanted to run at least, one of the abilities like Blaze and Libero. So go for a rest and turning myself into a Psychic type. Guzzlord is going to be a Rock Slide set. So I think, right, judging on what the nickname is, that could be something like a Choice Scarf set that has a chance of flinching, right? So maybe a Choice Scarf Guzzlord with Rock Slide. I could be wrong. And, other flinching moves if it can use them, right? Now, what I can do here is I can go for a Snore, or I can go for a Sleep Talk and get Flame Charge. The thing about Flame Charge, it's not going to do a lot of damage to Guzzlords, right? Because they all resist it. Now, the next Pokemon to come in is Guzzlord. Look at those Guzzlords up to the top there. Like, just look at their mouths. Imagine getting eaten by a Guzzlord. You wouldn't even know. So, we're going to be going for a Snore here. And Snore, well, it really doesn't do a lot of damage to Guzzlord. Let's be real about that. Now, I do have Cinderaces in the back. I've got 2 of them left, right? I've got a Cinderace and a G-Max Cinderace. So, if this does fail, which it could, there's a very, very good chance of that, I'm going to send them in next. So, go for Snore here again. I tried to get some flinches there, and now it's going to be going for the knockoff, getting rid of my Everlight. So, I'm not going to be nowhere near as bulky as I would have been before, right? At this stage, I thought, well, I could go for SN and keep going for Snore, but I'm just going to go for Flame Charge here, get as much damage off of that as possible, then send in my Cinderace and see what I can do with that. Right. Next, we got the other Guzzlord coming in that was before. I believe this is probably the choice set there. I'm going to be going for Flame Charge again. So we get to see what other moves this had. So last time we seen Rock Slide. Now, I think I've got +4 or 5 in speed now. Like, obviously, not that I was going to get outspeed anyway by a Guzzlord, but I just thought I'd say that. So go for another Flame Charge here. I think this is my 5th speed boost after I use that. Yep, that's my 5th one. And now Guzzlord is going to be going for a Bite. So I was right. I did try to rhyme that, by the way. So it had Rock Slide and Bite. So it had flinching moves. So that makes sense there with the Choice Scarf. You just continually flinch the opponent and outspeed them. Then Beast Boost would, boost your stats, right? So I did as much damage as I could with the Guzzlord. Like I said, I've only got 20 minutes to do this battle, so I didn't want to use up, 19 minutes, 59 seconds to going for Rest and Snore, right? So Reboot is going to be going down, and the Guzzlord is going to get a boost in its speed, right? Now, what I could do here is I was thinking, I've got this special Cinderace. Let's see what I can do with this. Now, this is also a Libero Cinderace. I've got on this one Focus Energy. I've got Focus Miss. And that'll be really, really good against all these, Guzzlord. I've also got Electro Ball and Overheat here too. So instead of going for a Focus Energy, I thought this thing may outspeed me because it did actually get a speed boost there. And it did. And Focus Miss is going to turn me into a fighting type too with Libero. So Bite will, say if it managed to live this, which would be very, very unlikely, I could at least resist the next incoming Bite. So now I've got a type advantage here of my Cinderace. I could potentially keep going for Focus Miss here on all the remaining Guzzlords. At least a Garchomp then. Okay, what would it? One Chomp Guzz. What would this be? Probably a Troll set. So I was thinking about this. Should I go for Focus Energy to get the 100% crit, or should I go for Focus Blast? So Focus Blast is going to miss. Focus Miss is going to miss. And now we've got the Heat, the Guzzlord going for a Heat Crash on my Cinderace, which was neutral there because I was a fighting type. That's why it's called One Chomp 4. I see. Now, the next Pokemon I've got is my Cinderace. This is probably the best set on my team. It's probably the most competitive set too. I've got an Inspire Ball, Acrobatics, Endure, and High Jump Kick. I've got Weakness Policy as the item, and Weakness Policy will be difficult to activate here, right? Because it's going to need a super effective move against, but which I thought I might be able to do with one of the moves that I've got, because I've got like a Fire, Flying, and Normal, and a Fighting move. So Libero, I could make it possible. At this stage, I just want to get rid of this Guzzlord here. And if it does manage to live my attack right, if it does do the same move again, Heat Crash, it's going to fail on my G-Max Pokemon, right? So here we go. G-Max Cinderace sitting on top of its big fireball. Sorry, this is a big soccer ball, really. That's how I look at it. Just a big flaming soccer ball. Well, in Australia, we call football soccer when you kick the ball around and stuff. So go for the Max Knuckle, of course, there. That's going to boost my attack. And this will be very, very strong against the next Guzzlord coming up there. So it isn't enough to take it out in the first one, but I know on the next ones it's easily going to be enough, right? Now, Guzzlord is going to go for Heat Crash here. That is going to obviously... I did say it shook its head then. Yeah, it shook its head and it didn't work, right? I mean, imagine using Heat Crash against that thing. It's not going to do it. It, absorb the heat, right? It's like a massive ball. Now, at this stage, I just went for another Max Knuckle. We got that Guzzlord swapping. I was like, okay. And we got another Guzzlord coming in. So this Guzzlord is going to have to take a +1 high jump kick. Or Max Knuckle, right? And it is not going to be taking that one at all. I'll be honest, I expected maybe one of them to have a Chople Berry, but maybe it's got like one for fairies, right? Anyway, so next one we got here is a Guzzmeister, and I can go for a third Max Knuckle here. After that, I will be out of my G-Max here. And the only thing about this is I have to use High Jump Kick. Now, High Jump Kick, it's not 100% actually, and if it does miss, it could be bad. So I'd like to get some, maybe Acrobatics. If I could get Weakness Policy to be used, I could go for Acrobatics at +3 and double base power. That'll do like a huge amount of damage. So that's what I'll start to think about here. So here we go. We got a Dynamax Guzzlord here. It's going to have a lot of health. Will it be able to live a like a +2 max knuckle. Like, that's going to be doing an awful lot of damage there. And it's going to be going down in one shot. And I've got +3 in attack now. So the Guzzlord team is not looking too good right now. There's 2 more left to go. And I've got my Cinderace. As I said, the only bad thing I was a little bit worried was a high jump kick miss, right? And I wanted weakness policy to activate. So I've got +3 in attack, which is a lot. But I thought, will Acrobatics be able to take out a Guzzlord, like if it's a bulky one? I'm not sure what these other sets are going to be. So I was thinking here for a sec, let's go for Endure, turn myself into a normal type, and see what move they're going to do, right? If they don't use a move that, you know, is going to do super effective damage, I'll just risk the high jump kick, right? I've still got my weakness policy too, so Acrobatics is only going to be 55 base power. So changing myself into a normal type here, which is going to be what Libera is going to be doing. And he is an Iron Defense on the Guzzlord, which is going to give it +2 in defense. Oh no, this is not good. So now it's a Steel type. I was like, okay, well, no. If I was to use a Steel type, if I was to use a Steel type move, it would have been a Steel type. No, I said Guzzlord to be a Steel type for Hacker Exposed. So anyway, I could go for a high jump kick. I was like, nah, let's go for Acrobatics. I want to see how much it does, right? So turning myself into a flying type there, I'll be able to resist any like fighting type moves if it does have one. And they went for body press. So I was like, okay. So after I seen the Iron Defense, I had a little bit of a feeling they may go for body press because it sort of makes sense, right? Then I started to think, if I go for Endure here, I can turn myself into a normal type, right? And if they hit me with another body press, which, you know, is a good chance of happening, right? That will activate weakness policy, right? And that'll be awesome. But will Acrobatics be enough to take it out at +3? That's the thing, right? Or, I don't know, at this stage I was like, maybe I should just go for Hydro Kick. Anyway, so we're going to get the super effective on my weakness policy there, which is great. And now I've got loads in attack, right? That's going to definitely make up for the Iron Defense, yeah? So I could go for High Jump Kick and just finish the rest of these off, or I could even go for Acrobatics. I can't do Powerball. So I went for the High Jump Kick here, and High Jump Kick is going to turn me into the, obviously, fighting. And the High Jump Kick missed there. You know, I had a feeling the whole battle the High Jump Kick was going to miss right when I needed it to happen, and it did. So, thank you for the battle, Mr. Guzzlord, and you know what? Let's just forget that. Let's just forget this first battle ever happened. Not even salty or anything like that. It's pouring rain at the moment. It must have been a sign. So the next battle here, this says it was against Blockhead. I'm not sure if this was on Twitch or it was a random Wi-Fi battle or whatever. Okay, so we got a Orbeetle lead here. I've got my Scorbunny. So I thought, okay, this isn't a bad matchup. I can go for Blaze Kick. Blaze Kick should do about, I reckon it'll probably do about a 2 to 3 hit KO. So they've got Frisk as their ability. They can see they've got a Focus Sash. If they go for I was thinking if they've got that as a start Pokemon, they'll probably have a Sticky Web user, I'd say. Or they'll just either attack me with a Psychic move, or they'll set screens up, something like that, right? So first you go for the Blaze Kick, kicking that Orbeetle. Does pretty good damage there. The EVs on this one also were max speed and max attack. I gave this Jolly Nature, right? So there goes the Sticky Web. So I've got my Cinderace with Acrobatics, so I could get around that if I do get outspared in the future, right? So I'm going to go for a second Blaze Kick here on the Orbeetle. Almost taken out, very, very close there. And this has Body Press. It's like, damn, that would have been really, really good, right? Because I could have gone for a counter and taken the Orbeetle out easy. But I wasn't to know that it would have that move. So regardless, it's going to, the same result, it's going to faint anyway. So bye-bye Orbeetle. So that's one down. So the next Pokemon to come out here is going to be Corsola. So of course, Corsola, like, uh-oh. This Pokemon's actually quite good against the rest of my team. Like, the only move I can really hit it with would be a Electro Ball for my special one, or a High Jump Kick, right? So I'm going to kick that Corsola. I'm going to try and get a burn there. That was really my only sort of option to go for. And here comes a Liquidation, and Scorbunny is going to be going down. So bye-bye, Scorbunny. This seems to be a physical Corsola. Now, I know physical Corsola pretty well because I've run one in the past a lot of times. I like to run like a Choice Band set there with Hustle. So we're going to go into Cinderace here. I was like, okay, I should be able to go for a Focus Energy here, leave the Liquidation, and then go for a Electro Ball, which will be super effective, and it'll be a 100% crit because I've got the Scope Lens as the item, right? So let's go ahead and go for that. Now, Corsola's special defense isn't the greatest in the world either, and its speed really isn't too good. So I expect it should be able to one-shot it quite easily. However, Corsola's going to go for a head smash. It connects, and Cinderace gets absolutely demolished. I was like, oh my goodness. This thing is hits pretty hard with head smash because you've got the hustle ability, right? And you've got the base power of head smash and stab. It's very, very powerful, even on a Pokemon with, just average attack rate. So I'm forced to bring in my own Cinderace here. Like, I've got to either go for a high jump kick. If high jump kick misses again, I'm done, right? I'm done. But if I go for Endure and head smash lands, I'll live on 1 health, right? And the recall from the head smash will take out the Corsola. I'm not sure whether this Corsola's got recovery or it's just got for, attacking moves, right? Like, it can get other things like, Icicle Sphere gets cool moves like that. This is a really cool Sarah. So we're going to go for the Endure, decide to go for that one, and then Head Smash is going to connect, which is great. I would have had to go for High Jump Kick next time if the Head Smash did fail, or miss, and Corsola is going to go down to its own recall. So bye-bye. That Pokemon caused me a lot of trouble there. That got rid of... essentially, it's nearly got rid of 3 of my team. So next Pokemon we got here is the Miltank. So it's like, okay, Miltank, what I could do is I could go for High Jump Kick here. That'll do a lot of damage, but I don't know if this has got Protect or anything like that. So I probably should go for Max Knuckle here and see if I can get as much damage on it as possible. I wasn't sure whether I'd be able to take the Miltank out in one shot. Miltank can be very bulky too, right? And also, Miltank can be reasonably fast as well. It's probably faster than what you think. And there also is a sticky web on the field. So it does have a chance of actually taking him out here. So this was a bit of a risky move here to do by me. But I had to Dynamax. Oh, sorry, G-Max, right? Because, it's not like I could do it before. Miltank's going to go for a Mega Kick. Mega Kick misses and it's got Blunder Policy. What the heck? So now it's going to be super, super speedy. And then I'm thinking, okay, I hope that I hope this Max Knuckle takes Miltank out. Hopefully it will. So go for Max Knuckle on the Miltank, and it does not take it out there. Oh, man, I should have, you know what? I should have just gone for a high jump kick there. I guess I was scared from my previous battle that you would miss, right? And then all I would have had left is Reboot, right? Now Miltank is going to hit me with a Mega Kick. This time it connects, and Cinderace is going to be going down. So Miltank is a speedy physical attacker. Now, all I've got is my Snore, Flame Charge, Reboot. And let me tell you, this takes a lot of time to actually take Pokemon out, right? The good thing here is the Miltank is only on a little bit of health. I feel like I take any attack that Miltank throws at me too. Like, I'd say that, Mega Kick is going to be our strongest move. So I could go for Flame Charge here. That'll help me out against a sticky web and, fear the Pokemon that come in and, outspeeding them and stuff. So here comes a Play Rough, and that is not going to be very effective there. I would have been able to live a Mega Kick regardless. I went for Flame Charge, and Miltank is going to go down there. So that's fine. Miltank is down. So I guess if I had, like, a priority move and I changed my typing, that would have been good. Next Pokemon we got is the Farlink. So... man, Farlink is going to take a long time to take out with Snore, so I'm just going to go for the Flame Charge here. So Farlink is going to go for Endure. There is no way that I'm going to bring Farlink down to 1 health. Obviously, they obviously don't know what EVs I'm running on this thing, so maybe if I was running like a max attack set, it might have, or super effective move, right? So we're going to go for another Flame Charge here. Now I'm outspeeding the opposing Pokemon, which is great. It's a 4-hit KO on Flame Charge, so that's pretty good. Now the Farlink is going to go for Reversal. So this set is all based around putting the Farlink on a low amount of health and then, getting that a huge power boost with Reversal. So the less health the opponent has there, the more power it's going to do, right? So I need to take this out in the next turn. Here comes a Berry from the Farlink, which is going to bolster its speed. Now that's good that I had Flame Charge, because if I got hit by a Reversal after this, I would have lost here, right? But since I had Flame Charge, that saved me. That was really, really good that I had a move to boost my speed, right? So bye-bye Farlinks there. The Reboot's coming in clutch at the moment. It's taking 2 Pokemon out there. Miltank, it didn't take much to take that out. It was around like a low amount of health, but it's taking it out. Next Pokemon is Remoraid. So cool. It's really cool to see a Remoraid. You don't ever see Remoraid like at all, which is great. This will give you like a prime opportunity to go for rest here, right? Now, this is, if it's a physical set, I know physical Remoraid pretty well. I've used it quite a bit, and it's got some interesting abilities too. It's got like a Sniper, Hustle, like it's pretty interesting. So getting on my health back there on my Reboot, here comes the Waterfall, and it's going to miss. which is good because I don't really want to get hit by a Remraid's Hustle Waterfall, right? So now what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to go for Snore. And on this set, right, it's going to turn it into a normal type. And Snore does really good damage there. It's a clean 2-hit KO, right? So here comes the Waterfall from the Remraid. Look at the damage that did to me. That is a clean 3-hit KO on my Reboot. So I can go for a second Snore here on my Reboot. And that should be enough to take out the Remraid, putting my opponent on their very last Pokemon there. So we're coming in clutch here with Reboot. The last Pokemon was a very, very big problem here. It's Mudsdale. So I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, can you imagine, like, I'm thinking right to myself right now, can you imagine how many hits this is going to take with Snore and Flame Charge? And if it's got Stamina, that's going to be even worse, right? Especially for my Flame Charge, right? So go for the rest there. Now Mudsdale is going to go for a Heavy Slam, right? Heavy Slam does a lot of, does heavy damage to me. It's almost a 2-hit KO at this stage, like almost. So what I'm going to do is go for the Snore here. Now, I will say this went on for a fair amount of time. This little end bit with the Reboot versus the Mudsdale here. So I will be cutting a little bit out of this matchup because it just simply took ages, right? And, you know, we had the 20-minute timer and that sort of stuff. But I will show you what happened at the start. So I went for a couple of Snores there, and I got a couple of flinches on the Mudsdale. Mudsdale just kept getting stamina boost up, right? So essentially, I had to take out the Mudsdale with Snore, right? And I just went for rest again. But the thing about this is I didn't have probably enough PP to take out the Mudsdale. And Mudsdale, I'm not sure if it had a recovery move or not. And its Heavy Slam was doing a lot of damage too, which it could, like, one crit and I was done. Or 2 max damage rolls, I reckon Reboot was going to be done. Anyway, it got to the stage where the time was starting to get really, really low here. And I was thinking, well, do I want to keep stalling out here, or do I just want to end the battle? Because you can see how much Snore was doing. It was doing nothing, right? And Flame Charge was going to do nothing too. Like, Mudsdale would have had +6 in the defense up, you know, with the Flame Charge and stuff too. So in the end, I decided that, you know, the Mudsdale was always going to beat my Reboot. And it was a very, very close battle there too. Thank you for the battle, Blockhead. Hope you enjoyed the Scorbunny Evolution team. I'll be back tomorrow with another theme team. Peace.